the approach to how we travel is also important. It sets us up in a different mindset. It also allows us to be more open and less judgmental upon arrival, that we are all human. We're all having this very deep, diverse experience, but learning from each other and coming away maybe with some more empathy and some more tangible touch points of what we can do in our own daily life.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Talk About It podcast. I'm Lauren Fulmer.
I'm Victor Dantas.
And today we have a very exciting episode. Excited to sit down with both of you guys, Kathryn Stoerzbach, and we have Jennifer Zolper with us. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you guys have some exciting things going on. You're two exciting people anyways, well-traveled, have a lot of fun, always positive-minded. So we're going to have some fun and get to know like what you guys are doing right now. Looking forward to that.
Thank you for having us.
Why don't you guys start? I always like the elevator pitch, you know, like we got a little intro. So why don't you start, Kathryn?
So when Jennifer and I came together, we really wanted to create a high quality educational travel company, something that allows the individual to invest in themselves, allow themselves to experience the outer world, knowing that when we do step outside of our own box, we get new situations that happen that challenges us, that inspire us, and that really starts to shift and mold our internal world. And what that means is inner transformation. Something that shows us that personal growth is possible, and that if we allow those challenges to come forth, we can overcome different things. And so with this creation of this idea of a travel company with a tagline of travel that changes you, as anyone like ourselves or those who have traveled will start to notice the changes within ourselves upon return, and that we want to bring individuals to a space, beautiful places around the globe, where they can experience it through the local lens. So expeditions, journeys, adventure, and excursion is what we're really based on.
Yeah, and you guys have both been doing that kind of throughout your life and traveling and getting to do some of that. I know you just took a trip in the Dominican Republic.
Puerto
Rico, yeah. So, you guys having that travel experience and just decided, like, let's get together and see what we can do, or share these great experiences with other people, or what has travel done for you?
Yeah, great question. So the impetus of how we kind of landed on our business venture going forth is based on what you touched on. We've each individually had our own travel experiences where it has created transformation for us on many different levels. For myself, it stems back to my college years, backpacking through Europe. Kathryn has had many travel experiences in her life, and we both identified and recognized in ourselves that travel is a core quality that we both really cherish. We have a lot of passion around, and we've had our own individual experiences where we have had inner transformation as a result of those experiences. And we recognize that we are very blessed to be able to have had those travel experiences and have a perspective on life and the world and those that we interact with that is probably a little bit different than others who have not had the opportunity and been blessed with the ability to travel. So that was really the impetus for us to say, let's create something. Let's bring something forth to the world that is focused in on creating experiences for others who may not travel on their own to the locations that we're going to, and recognize the value that travel can bring to their personal life and their journey, and also contribute back to the countries of destination where we'll be going to. We want this to be a very symbiotic relationship with the countries that we travel to, so that not only are we benefiting and the travelers that are with us are benefiting from the experiences, but also giving back to the persons that will live in the local areas that we'll travel to. So we've got some really creative ways that we're planning to do that, and integrating with the persons who are at the locals of the countries that we'll go to. So we can dive a little bit deeper into that. But to answer your question, the way that we kind of landed on this was from our own personal experiences that we want to help offer to others and create those same transformative experiences for those that join us.
Yeah, and Victor and I have, throughout our year and a half or whatever, he's traveled much more than me, especially I've never left the country. I just got my passport last year and still
First
haven't.
step. That's
still
good.
haven't. It's empty and blank. But yeah, that's why I got it. I figured
We can help you fill it up.
Right. So, and I just keep waiting for Victor to say we're going to Brazil. But
we will go. We will go.
We will. But through traveling, like one thing that's cool that stands out to me is it's not just some glorified resort where you're like on this like you get to experience the culture, experience some of the real things and the lifestyle. And I think a lot of times that's the best part about travel is that getting to meet people, getting to see other areas of the world. And I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I can only imagine like when you get that experience, it's got to speak volumes.
Yeah, that was really important to us to curate our experiences that are more off the beaten path. This is not a resort trip. And while I love a great resort and going to a beautiful high-end area, that's not what this is. This is about really immersing ourselves in the cultural lens of the country of destination and ensuring that we're creating the experiences with the people who live and work and breathe every day in the country that we're going to, and understanding what life looks like for them. Not that going to resorts aren't fantastic experiences in themselves, but this is different, and that is what really sets us apart with what we're doing here.
And as she's speaking to the educational component side is what really stands out for us, knowing that there's a lot of travel companies out there. You can travel with A, B, and C and Z companies, but we've really differentiated ourselves of what we offer, the value that we bring to the table, and hopefully what the person can take away. So with that being said, we have different components of a pre-travel experience, feet on the ground, the true actual physical excursion, to the post-cultural takeaway, allowing someone to be immersed the whole entire 4 months, knowing that the preparation and the approach to how we travel is also important. It sets us up in a different mindset. It also allows us to be more open and less judgmental upon arrival. And then stepping away, we can see what has impacted us. So do we want to bring this into our families? Do we want to speak to a community member about it? Do we want to just have a larger heart center of what we want the globe to look like? Knowing that breaking down barriers, breaking down all of these separations that we have that are fed to us through different means, and allowing that to go to the wayside, and allowing us to have the true connectivity of what is most important, that we are all human. We're all having this very deep, diverse experience, but learning from each other and coming away maybe with some more empathy and some more tangible touch points of what we can do in our own daily life. And so that is what really builds our foundation of the network in which we want to provide for people, because it's important work. And we're both travelers and we're both spiritual individuals, and we both want to learn, and we want to bring hopefully one or hundreds of people with us to have an experience that maybe they would never have on their own.
I was talking to them earlier about traveling and how much travel teaches you, how much you learn. Sometimes it can be intangible. Sometimes you can't explain how much it changes you, which I've said that several times in the podcast. But yes, if people go to resorts, they might have a good time. It's great. For example, Brazil, which you guys gonna talk about the journey to Brazil here soon. But Brazil has a lot of resorts. But for you to get that experience, to learn, to understand that whatever you do here or from whatever you are, whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you believe, whatever you eat, whatever you talk about, it's based on your environment. And if you only stay in that little bubble, you won't develop those areas. You won't know what's out there. You won't know why you still need to learn. And you only see those things when you start traveling, when you meet people from other cultures that do different things. And you guys, I know you guys know about that, but I'm just trying to tell the public how important it is to travel and understand that you are just so little compared to the rest of the world. And you might do a lot of things here that you think is the right thing, but maybe 200 million people in Brazil think differently, Right. So having those perspectives is what teaches you and develops your mind. And your way of thinking and do things. I would like you guys to explain a little bit about your first journey, the trip that you guys will have coming up, and what are the plans for that trip, who you're looking for to join you guys on that trip, and just go on more details about that for sure.
I'm going to give a general framework. I'll let you dive in. Lauren's breaking stuff around here.
I'm still here. Sorry.
So just to kind of build out the framework of our various packages. So in 2024, we're a brand new company. We're launching. We're getting out there. We're really building exactly what the curated package looks like. And so Brazil, we have it really buttoned in. We're super excited about what that looks like. And then we look to 2025, where we have additional packages that are pretty well built out, but we're still fine-tuning a few details. So on our website, you can see all of the current offerings. Those, of course, will continue to grow and develop as our company grows and our opportunities get more enriched and more offerings are out there. But to your point, Brazil is first on the docket, and we're super excited about it. Kathryn can go into all of the details. We've been spending hours and hours on building out what the Brazil excursion looks like, and it's going to be fantastic.
And Victor, you had asked us before we sat down, like, why Brazil? How Rio? Right out of the whole entire globe. And someone had asked us, oh, did you just spin a globe and throw? It wasn't quite like that, but knowing as we sat down and what we want to build for now and for the future and areas of interest for ourselves, Rio and Brazil really got highlighted. One, when anyone, or at least myself, when I think of Rio, I think of colors and richness and vibrancy and diversity that you cannot experience anywhere else. I've never been, so it's going to be a blast for the both of us. So speaking to Rio, we wanted to bring more of an urban type of experience, knowing that the Amazon forest is very close, that we have the ocean right there, we have mountains to traverse, we have lots to explore. But Rio in general was just this like vibrant tapestry that every time we thought of it, it just illuminated.
We want a samba dance. That's really what
a dance troupe.
If you like samba, you're going to the right place.
So
Carnival.
Yes.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah.
So with this, as we describe itinerary details for Brazil, please do understand that each trip or excursion that you come with us has a basic framework that will always stay the same. The pre, the during, and the post cultural takeaways, of course. But with that too, as we bring the group together, we'll all be housed in one large housing facility. We will always have an in-home chef from the local area cooking us the beautiful cuisine, and then also teaching. So we'll have some culinary classes infused in the home setting during the week that we're all there together. Then each day poses its own fun expedition. In the morning, we'll always have a group gathering. If those who choose to join us to have more mindful intention setting for what we're looking for the day. Then all day out and about adventure of multiple things, from the Christ the Redeemer to going to Sugarloaf Mountain. Great. We've gotten an Airbnb just off the beach of Copacabana, and it's a lots of things.
Filled packed week.
A samba dance troupe will come to the house.
Yes,
and have a party with us.
That's great.
We're going to throw a local party for whoever wants to join us, not just our travelers. Okay. So because we've already established some connections with the chef and the individual that will be helping with transportation and offering some touring assistance, just guiding assistance, our goal is to invite them into the home with us, have them join us for our meals in the evening, really create the atmosphere where we can sit across a table just like this and have a conversation with people who are living their everyday life in Rio. And that's the part that we're both super jazzed about, is having those individuals experience that time with us as well, and sharing, breaking bread and sharing a meal, having them come over for the samba dance troupe party and invite the local neighbors and have them come and celebrate life with us. That's really what it's about, is celebrating life and having those individuals that are from Rio specifically for this excursion partake in the fun.
So much of that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, and I was just gonna piggyback and say, as you spoke to like bursting the bubble, right? I always think of like living inside of a box. Our homes are box shaped, TVs box shapes, our computers are box shapes. Even this table is box shaped, right? If you really look around, everything is very that type of space. And to actually step outside of that, and speaking to the bubble analogy, having someone taste a new cuisine that they've never tasted before, or new music, and actually letting their body move and experience that type of dance, can pop old thought bubbles or beliefs that we can hold on to. As you're saying, our environment constructs who we are. So they can go back home with a broader viewpoint. So speaking to the very exciting things that we're going to bring into the home, and then be able to explore Rio. We will have a tour guide with us. Another big component of our company is having cultural ambassadors. So if you go to our website and look at our team, or our story, I think it says, you'll see different cultural ambassadors. Either who are very linguistic and they have multiple languages, maybe they've traveled or studied within that indigenous space. They bring something they will bring something to the table that will enhance the experience, where they'll guide us and facilitate. They'll bring very specialty classes to the table too. But each trip will have 1 to 2 cultural ambassadors that we vetted out, that are part of our team, that will come with us to enhance the overall experience.
And they bring the magic.
Yeah,
The cultural ambassadors are the ones who bring the magic. They're the individuals who have a connection to whether it's an indigenous group there or elders, or have had those very meaningful conversations and experiences. That's an element of what we bring that we, through all of our research, have not been able to find another travel company that brings that element. So we feel like we're very unique, and we're really excited to.
And what you guys are doing is definitely unique, for sure. For sure.
What I love about it, and I just love meeting people, and like any trip, I haven't left the country, but I've gone many places here in the U.S., and like almost every time I go anywhere, there's like an ongoing joke, or you'll be like, man, Kevin from that restaurant was awesome. You know, there's always just like that. And you guys have an opportunity here where you're going to be able to like really solidify some relationships with people, and that will stick with you. You know, that trip to Rio, and the one funny guy or gal, or, you know, there's so much opportunity for that. That's what stands out to me.
It sounds like you're already going to be jumping on one of our trips, so that's great.
I am down, as we were just looking at the website and stuff.
Have you heard about Copacabana Beach?
No.
No? I would say it's one of the most traditional beaches in the world, because of you remember maybe you've seen somewhere the sidewalks that have like waves. Black and white.
Black and white,
yeah, it's like a Brazil traditional thing. When people see an image from Brazil, if you see that sidewalk, people say, "Oh, it's Rio." Yeah, you know, and the Christ, of course. Yeah, Copacabana. Right. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, Copacabana is a nice beach. A lot of tourists go there.
And there will be traditional elements like that boardwalk that we'll bring in, that we will make sure to hit, because yes, on a tourist level, people want to go to Rio for X, Y, and Z, but to be able to go there and then for them to capture their own memory of what that is. And speaking to what you said, it's really twofold about that interconnectivity of bringing people so they can meet other people from different cultures, bond and have community within the group that we're facilitating. And then post each trip, we really want to keep the travelers and adventurers connected. So if you join a trip and that's complete, you'll have access into like a global access entry, where it'll be a larger community forum for travelers from all different groups to be able to connect, still build hype. We'll actually promote what's coming up too. So then maybe you two didn't know each other, but you were in Croatia and you were in Belize, but you got connected, and then you decide, oh, but let's meet in Madeira in Portugal. So we will have different access points to keep everyone very culturally and globally connected.
Nice.
How many spots do you have for a group? Like, how many people in the group are you guys aiming to have to go to the Brazil, for example?
So it's important to us that we don't feel like a big tour bus is dropping off and 70 people are unloading. We want to keep our excursions smaller and intimate. We feel like that sweet spot is 16 to 22, so it could fluctuate based on the country of destination and the accommodations that we're able to support the number of individuals and still keep it feeling of authenticity and close connection. So we believe 16 to 22 is that sweet spot that allows people to kind of go off, 3-4 individuals, build really deep connections, but still have that broader community feel as well. So that's where it sits today. I don't suspect we'll get any higher than that really for any of our excursions because of the intimacy that we want to create within our excursions.
If people want to do other activities there, they're separate from what you guys are planning. Can they do that? Or people are supposed to stay together the whole time? Explain a little bit about that part.
Should we go like a little bit deeper into the itinerary for Brazil? Okay. So we feel like the activities that we've planned are fantastic. They hit the traditional iconic areas of Rio, but then more of the off the beaten path experiences as well. We have a pretty packed itinerary every day, but we do have blocks of time where people can go out, explore the local neighborhood. The evenings are pretty much free for individuals to go out and experience the Rio nightlife. We do have a few opportunities in the evening where we have like a sharing circle where people who want to keep it low key, stay home, can connect and have conversations about their day and share their experiences. So I answer that very vaguely to say yes, but we feel like what we've got planned is pretty awesome.
And we will encourage everyone to stay cohesive and together if possible. But we also know, like, when we're traveling, we wake up one day and we're a little bit funky, and it's just we want to stay by the poolside all day. Yeah. That option is there because the places that we have will have pools and close to other amenities. So yes, it won't be strict that you have to come with us. But as Jen is saying, that there's so much cultivation and curation of what the day looks like. I don't know who's going to want to opt out, honestly.
Yeah, because there's a lot of touristy places like the Christ, the Sugarloaf, but you know what, Brazilians that live in that neighborhood, what they do is they wake up, they go to the beach, they drink the água de coco. Água de coco is coconut water out of the coconut, you know. Then they start drinking beer. Let's say a weekend, you know. Yeah. They start drinking their beer. They'll drink beer all day long. The beach looks great. So when it gets close to the evening, people leave the beach, go home, take a shower, and go back to the beach because there is how do you call, like, there's little kiosks by the beach, and people like to hang out in that area. So that itself, just hanging out in that area, you guys will see that's very fun. Yeah. But I'm sure you guys will want to visit the other touristy places as well. But that environment is great. The beach environment in Rio is great. As
we were researching, that's what we kind of gravitated to, was having a location where there's a lot going on. Yeah. There's a lot of options for people if they want to go and take a walk and just check out and explore on their own. But it's also within an area that's easy to travel to some of the other iconic locations that if you're in Rio, you should go and see. So there's a good blend of both. Oh yeah.
What about some other trips that you guys have planned maybe for 2025?
Right up. Yes, so we have Belize coming up in March 2025, Croatia mid-July of the same year, and then Madeira, which is a small little beautiful island off of Portugal, but it's really coming down to like the African continent, honestly, in October of 2025. So we'll have 4 up and running now as we launch, and then we'll continue to build out. It's projecting a little bit far, but I used to live on the Hawaiian Islands for 6 years, and I have some amazing connections there as well as in Fiji. So 2026, we want to do very curated, special invite-only trips to Hawaii and Fiji. That will really encapsulate some indigenous feel, really with tribe members, some chief experience. So those will be coming too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kathryn, did you spend some time in like somewhere in Asia like maybe 15, 20 years ago, teaching English or something. Am I making this up?
No, so you were right. I don't know the timeline, but I was 4.5 years in Southeast Asia. I lived 6 months in Thailand, a year in Beijing, China, and then 2.5 years in Taiwan. And then I traveled all Southeast Asia of Indonesia and Malaysia. I went to Japan, Cambodia, Vietnam a few times, on the border of Thailand and Burma. So I was not teaching English. I got hired as a school teacher for an international school. And some people don't understand what that is, but it's core curriculum. It's English mandated, though it's diplomatic children from around the world who come and study, and very culturally diverse. So I taught for a number of different schools in Southeast Asia doing that. And then after that, spent 6 years in the Hawaiian Islands.
Gotcha.
On Kauai.
Yeah.
Only.
So I did not make that up.
No, you didn't make that up. I've been gone, so I'm born in this year.
I thought you had done something like that, and it just was a long time ago, though, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, about 18 was my jumping off point. Some girlfriends invited me to Jamaica, and we had a very good time. And from then, and then my family, we all went to Europe and we went to Italy, and I just remember my eyes really being wide open of cultures and cuisine and food, and there's just so much. And then during my university, I studied abroad in Thailand. It was just the gateway of the world to me. It's changed my world forever. And I've made a lot of lifestyle decisions and modifications to fit a travel type lifestyle and doing what I'm doing.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. And so like who better, folks, you know, if you guys are looking to get out, get that experience and have fun and be able to really, like you said, get out of your bubble, check out two good gals to do that with. And I mean, you just named off more countries than I've been to, states or city, you know, that's awesome.
No, I appreciate it, Lauren. I mean, I've said this before, nothing enlivens me more than just traveling and seeing something new and allowing my past beliefs break down and really being invested in a culture in front of me to see what I can learn from them. Hence, what we created is really based on that. So I've been very fortunate to travel. I've been to 26 countries.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. So out of all the places you guys have been, where is your favorite food?
Oh, that's a whole different question.
No, I just get curveballs, so that's all.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, to me when I travel, I mean, the food is going to stick with me.
Okay.
Do you have anything that comes to mind?
You go right ahead.
Okay. So I did live in Thailand 6 months, and I traveled a number of times back. The Friday night market, either near Bangkok or in the Cha'am province down. On Friday night, you go to a night market, and it's football fields full of, like, I think you said kiosks, I think.
Yeah.
Same thing. Oh, you can't imagine. You can eat like a king and queen, and you just gather up from all different women and men who are cooking, and then we would go home and we would spread it all on the floor on Friday night, and it would just be a feast. And the flavor, so they say Thai food has all 6 tastes: sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent in every bite. So if you can imagine Thai food, those who like it, it's very potent and powerful. So probably the Thai food at the night market is my favorite.
Yeah, I love Thai food, but it's been here in America, so not like, you know, I'm sure it's a little Americanized of some sort, but it's still very good, flavorful.
Whole fish with the eye in it, the whole
Sure.
the whole deal.
If I see my friends eating it, I'll eat it, no problem. I just might not be the first one.
Sure.
What about you, Jennifer?
You know, I don't know that I can top that. I'm going to go with everything, all countries. I love just experiencing different foods and have ate a fish eye in my past at one point. So, you know, I'm up for it as well. I'll try it. I'm game for whatever cuisine is put in front of me. And that's such an important element of our day-to-day, right? And so being able to experience that in a different country and understand what the foundation of their culture is based off of, because so much of it is rooted in the meals that we share with the people that we love. Like that's an important element of what we want to curate with our excursions, and why we have a local chef that's in the house. The Zandro is the individual that will be cooking for us that week, and he's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
We're so excited to be able to bring that element, because he can introduce foods to us that we wouldn't be able to get at a restaurant, or you know, just checking out the local places within Rio, having a Brazilian chef there with us to curate the meal and the experiences.
That would be great. You guys need to ask for feijoada.
Feijoada?
You know what feijoada is?
No.
Feijoada is the most traditional Brazilian food. It's
Okay.
like beans with pork. I mean, you need to try, and you will like it for sure.
Feijoada?
Açaí, have you guys had açaí?
No, I've seen it.
Açaí is a fruit from Brazil, from the Amazon. And in Brazil, the açaí is fresher than here.
Yeah.
You
We're
know?
building out our menu right now with him.
Yeah.
So
I
we
know
will.
we might
Açaí,
have to call you
feijoada,
and-
farofa, churrasco. Churrasco is
Feijoada?
feijoada. Feijão is beans in Brazil. Feijoada is like the beans with meat, and you eat with rice, you know, some salad, and it's great. You just need to try it.
I'll try
If you
it
see a
all.
photo, you want to eat that immediately. But of course, the fruits, açaí, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of other fruits that are only grown in Brazil as well. So you guys will try the different juices with those fruits. And also, I don't know if you guys drink alcohol, but you can have caipirinha. Caipirinha is something, a very traditional Brazilian drink as well, that usually Americans go there and they only drink caipirinha. It's sugar cane alcohol with lime and some sugar all mixed. It's good.
It's like
But-
mojito.
Yeah, similar to mojito. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how food is so different too. I mean, even just here in the U.S. I mean, you go to California, you're not going to get a meatloaf or a pork tenderloin. You
Right,
know, like
right.
it's just it's crazy. And then, let alone in the other countries, these other ingredients and things. I love it. So I'm excited for you guys to get this all going. I have the utmost confidence in you. I know for sure it's going to go well. Just positive minded and one step in front of the other. You guys are going to kill it.
Yeah.
I know you will.
We're so excited to bring this to the world and to be able to create these experiences for the persons who choose to travel with us. We, of course, will get so much from just being a part of
Right.
Oh, yeah.
the excursions themselves and leading and curating it. But to be able to see the joy and the transformational opportunities that can come with those that will be traveling with us, and know that we had in some small part the ability to help create that for someone is very enriching.
Well,
How can people sign up for it? What are the steps they need to take to sign up?
So our website is theculturaltake.com. It's very easy to navigate, and you'll be able to go under expeditions or the countries in which we host, drop down, and then pull up specific itinerary details depending on which excursion or time frame suits you best.
Okay.
We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook.
That's
With your help,
good.
we're going to be better.
and it's cultural diversity.
The cultural.
The
Oh, the
Take.
cultural
The cultural take. Sorry.
.com.
Okay.
.com.
And it's a play off of when we go, we take back the gems of.
Oh, you're taking some.
We're taking back the enriching experiences of travel back into our day-to-day life.
Yeah, I like
The
that.
cultural take.
Yeah. Well, we will definitely have to have you come back after your trip to Rio.
Yeah.
I'd love to have
Fantastic.
that.
Yeah.
And you can tell Victor if the food was any good. And
We'll
all
samba
that
dance
stuff.
for you.
Yeah.
Some carnival dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We
should
might
put-
have to plan next year during Carnival.
Yeah, I will be there on Carnival next year if you guys want to have a second Carnival trip.
I mean,
We might have to think about that too.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna go with him, go during Carnival.
Yeah.
I tried to go on his last trip. I was even, and that was he was taking his son for the first trip. And I'm like,
Take me to.
yeah, I'll babysit when you can go out. But no, absolutely. I'm very excited for you guys. You guys got a great thing going. Best of luck. Thank you so much for jumping on with us and doing this and sharing your story and your journey. And it sounds like you have a whole lot of story and journey left.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
really excited. Thank you for having
Yeah.
us.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
for
much,
hosting
guys.
us.
So much. Yeah, Jennifer Zolper, Kathryn Stoerzbach, you guys, it's a Talk About It podcast. Perfect time to hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
That was a good one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we're gonna wait for you.
All right.
Hold on.
Oh.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. Thank you for watching this episode of the Talk About It podcast.
I'm Victor Dantas,
I'm Lauren Fulmer.
and we would encourage you guys to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell. It's gonna be right below the video, so you
Hit the
guys,
bell.
so you know when the next episode is up. All
We
right.
appreciate all the support.
Thank you.